Finally, the new part of the legend of Baki is back, but this time, the matter is completely different. The challenge isn't just a strong hero or a normal fighter from the new generation. It is Musashi Miyamoto, the strongest man history has ever known. Don't even talk to me about Baki or Yujiro. We are talking about a samurai born for combat who knows no mercy. Is Baki ready for this legend? Or is this power greater than anyone in the modern era? We will find out today, so get ready and let's begin. The story starts with an elite training scene showing Baki's genius in inventing new ways to torture himself. Baki stands at the peak of a high cliff at a temple, but it isn't just a normal run. He launches himself downward like a projectile. With every step, his feet hit the ground with massive force, and as he reaches insane speeds, his body actually starts to lose balance. In the middle of this madness, Baki feels a strange sensation, the danger of certain death if he trips. However, boredom overcomes him. He opens his mouth wide and yawns in an unbelievable scene, screaming internally that the moment has arrived. He yawns with total coolness in the middle of a suicidal dash because the gap between him and any challenge has become so large that even death no longer excites him. He lands on the ground easily, as if nothing happened. Then we go to another place to see Atlas, the champion of the UFC organization, in a state of boredom with the championship belt he carries. Atlas explains that he has been number one for 7 years and has won so much that he is tired of winning. We see him in the ring finishing his opponent with a single knockout blow, announcing to everyone that he is retiring from the sport because his true ambition is to be the strongest overall, not just in sports. During a press conference, journalists ask why he is going to Japan, and he explains that in Japan, there is a person recognized as the strongest in the world. Atlas later sits with Mr. Tokugawa, who is surprised by his desire to fight since he already has global fame. Atlas says he saw the battle between the father and son, and, for the first time, saw a human move with such beauty, which is why he wants to face the boy named Baki. Tokugawa asks if he can win, and Atlas confirms he crossed the Pacific to find out for himself, having always wanted to try a fight without rules. Tokugawa laughs and tells him he makes $4 million per fight, but Atlas replies with confidence that he isn't here for money. Fighting Baki is what will earn him the title of the strongest in the world. Atlas is ready to fight today, so Tokugawa calls Baki, who agrees because he is a student with free time. Atlas enters the arena with full prestige, and when Baki appears, Atlas is shocked by his small size, analyzing that he weighs about 70 kilograms and is less than 170 centimeters tall. Atlas sees Baki as half his size, but the moment he looks into Baki's eyes, he sees a terrifying monster, a creature like nothing he has ever seen. The crowd is excited, and everyone notices the state of boredom Baki is in during what should be the peak of excitement. Baki surprises everyone with his calm gaze, as if nothing in the place interests him. Atlas laughs mockingly, seeing Baki as a mere insect or a useless child, convincing himself the monster he saw was just an illusion. The referee declares the start, and Atlas decides to end it instantly, charging like lightning with his massive body to crush Baki. But in a second, Baki disappears and reappears in front of him like he isn't human. Baki grabs Atlas's arm with both hands, and here is the surprise. Atlas, whose grip strength is massive, cannot move Baki's hand from his head. Baki begins to shake Atlas's head crazily, and in a moment, the fight ends with Baki's victory. As Baki leaves, doctors rush to treat Atlas. Later, Atlas admits his defeat, realizing that Baki was making a massive effort just to stop himself from yawning out of boredom, doing so as a form of respect because the fight was fundamentally boring to him. Next, we see Prime Minister Sabuzawa in his luxury car, disguised as a worker, going to meet the man pulling the strings of power, Mr. Tokugawa. Tokugawa explains that what he will see today is a national secret. They enter an old, abandoned building that hides one of the most advanced places in the world. They take a high-tech elevator 100 meters underground to a giant hall that looks like another world. In the center is a massive column, the heart of the project to restore Japan's glory through genetic engineering. Tokugawa takes him to a giant tube filled with a strange liquid, explaining that they are trying to wake the fiercest fighter in history, Musashi Miyamoto. He explains that Musashi wasn't just a swordsman, but a master and founder of martial arts, and his return is the only solution to break the boredom and weakness controlling the world. We then go back to 1986, where a paleontologist explains his obsession with touching the spine of a T-Rex. He explains his struggle with museums that only cared about appearance, while he was convinced something was hidden inside. A scientific breakthrough occurs when he discovers soft tissue and live blood inside fossils millions of years old, making cloning a reality. In 2005, Tokugawa invests in this genius to wake a man from a 1,000-year coma, Musashi Miyamoto. The secret tower above them is actually designed like a DNA strand. After many doors, we reach Musashi, who is in a deep sleep. The scientist declares he is ready to defy all human rules and natural systems just to see Musashi walk the world with the power of dinosaurs. Baki, in his own place, feels a strange sensation, asking if the heartbeats he hears are his own, but he realizes the terrifying pulse isn't coming from him. He remembers all the strong fighters he faced: Hanayama, Shibukawa, Retsu, Jack, and the ogre Yujiro, but concludes none of them own this pulse. Back in the lab, scientists analyze Musashi's spine, noting it is unnatural and resembles the bones of a large predatory cat more than a human. They explain that even without skin or flesh, the skeleton represents the ultimate form of a true master of combat. Strength was planted inside him from the day he was born. Baki is shown running a 40-kilometer marathon, stating that fatigue doesn't exist in his dictionary, even though he is still yawning. He wonders if the future hides a fighter who can return his passion. In the lab, the scientist screams with joy because Musashi's genes and strength have become visible to the naked eye. Back at the Tokyo Dome, Baki feels a terrible boredom against his current opponent, knowing this person isn't the owner of the pulse he felt. Tokugawa looks at Baki from afar, telling him to wait for the person who will make him stop yawning forever. The scientist explains that while human growth is usually constant, Musashi has an exceptional ability to compress time, reaching full strength in just 10 to 11 months. We then see Orochi Doppo training under a freezing waterfall, and he too begins to yawn. Even Jack Hanma, undergoing a painful surgery to reach a height of 243 centimeters, starts yawning. The curse of boredom has hit all the monsters at once. Finally, Musashi's body reaches a physical age of 32, and the tube opens. Musashi appears to the world as Tokugawa cries with joy, calling him the strongest warrior known to humanity. That was the first part of the story. If you like it, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button. If you want a second part, tell me in the comments.